ready.
Hello to you. Those kites must have noticed a real change in the weather as they moved up from Madrid. It was around about 40 degrees there recently, hot and sunny. In this country, of course, it's much cooler with some cloud and rain. But if you choose your time right, we can grab some fine weather, I think, just for a day or two in most places around about the middle of the week. Not so at the moment, at least not in northern areas, because you have an area of low pressure and there are fronts moving in from the west, and already over Northern Ireland and the north and west of Scotland, as you see here on the radar, there are some outbreaks of rain, and that rain all the while during the rest of the afternoon and into the evening will get more persistent and turn heavier and heavier, and eventually it'll filter across to the more eastern areas of Scotland as well. We might find the odd shower brewing up further south, more particularly I would feel over the Pennines, and turning out to be quite windy in those northern parts as well. A veil of cloud across many other southern areas, sort of making the sunshine rather hazy, but there will be a fair amount, I think, more particularly in the southeastern part of England, and that's where the temperatures should be at their highest. It is going to be quite breezy, fair old wind in northwestern areas, and that will temper the temperature down around about 17 degrees there, whereas in the south, with those lighter winds and the sunshine, we should hit probably 22 degrees or so in one or two spots. And then during this evening and tonight, that thickening cloud with outbreaks of rain will march on. It'll eventually get into northern England, parts of Wales, and down towards Cornwall as well. But eastern parts should stay fine and dry. Temperatures in most parts of the country around about 12 degrees or so. There's a front for the middle of tomorrow, continuing to move on, but weakening in the process. I think it won't be long before we find brighter weather into those northwestern parts first thing tomorrow. And then that front moves on during the rest of the day. It'll stay dry in the southeast. It won't arrive until probably after dark, and it will pass through other areas, and then that brighter weather, although with showers, will follow along behind. And it's going to be quite windy, and some of those showers in the north could end up quite heavy as well, with some thunder mixed in. A little bit of a ridge for Tuesday, although more fronts out there on the Atlantic not very far away, but it will give most parts of the country, I think, certainly the south, a dry day on Tuesday with some sunshine. Showers around over Scotland, at least to begin with, but they'll die away, but only because cloud will be thickening late in the day from the west, and around about evening time, some rain spreading into Northern Ireland and the west of Scotland. There's Wednesday's chart, low pressure close by, and another area of low pressure brushing close to the southeastern corner of the country that could produce the odd thundery shower. But I think most of the rain on Wednesday is going to be across Scotland and Northern Ireland, more particularly in the western areas and around the hills, where some of it could turn out to be quite heavy. And then that area of low pressure comes across the country on Thursday, merges with the one that's going to be brewing up over the continent. So we will, I think, end up with another rather mixed spell of weather to end the week, with some outbreaks of rain in a good number of places. But it will be a while, probably, before the southeastern corner turns showery, so a warm day to come there on Thursday, but eventually by Friday we will find, I think, many parts of the country, many parts of the south of the country having those showers and long